Katoa, his ball to Maire Martin, who dummies, gets away from Maroa. Maire Martin is over.
That man here is what I like to call a young baller, a wonder kid that was ready to take over rugby league. That man's name is Maire Martin, and this story is one of perseverance and resilience. It's a story of what it's like to have everything and for it to be taken away from you in an instant. The NRL is one of the more physical contact sports on the planet, and career-ending injury is not as uncommon as you may think. Whether it's Jaral Yauyi, Taniela Tuiaki or Alex McKinnon, who all had incredibly unfortunate injuries that ended their career in an instant, the injury that almost cost Maire Martin his career is one that could not be pinpointed to any specific point in time. And in this video we'll be discussing Martin's young, successful career, his retirement, and his journey back to the NRL. Maire Martin is a proud Kiwi and is of Maori descent, who had played his junior footy for Tarangawaiwai before moving to Keyra Park State High School on the Gold Coast on a scholarship. The same school that bred NRL stars like Benji Marshall, Payne Haas and Dave Fifita. From a young age, Maire looked the goods, signing on with the West Tigers in 2014. Martin would total 15 tries in his 40 matches for the West Tigers in the Holden Cup team, where in both years he'd be named as the 5/8 in the Holden Cup Team of the Year. During this period, Martin was also representing the Junior Kiwis. He would clinch a win in 2014 over the Junior Kangaroos, slotting the game-winning field goal, and again would star in his appearance for the Junior Kiwis in 2015. To give context to how bright Martin's star was shining in 2015, he was already getting caught up to the New Zealand Kiwis national team's training squad for their tour of Great Britain, even before he had stepped foot in the first grade. Martin would move to the Penrith Panthers, debuting for them over the 2016 season. His round 3 debut was special as he scored a try in the game-winning field goal over the Broncos. After 6 appearances, he would suffer a shoulder injury which required season-ending surgery. He would appear 7 times the following year for Penrith, before finding a move to North Queensland mid-season, signing to a 3-year deal. He would then partner with Jonathan Thurston in the halves, scoring 2 tries on debut, and would, with Thurston, lead the Cowboys to a grand final as the 8th seed, a pretty remarkable achievement. They would fall to the heavily favoured Melbourne Storm in the grand final, with Martin scoring the Cowboys' single try. Maire's excellent play over the 2017 season granted him his debut for the New Zealand Kiwis, as he would feature at the 2017 Rugby League World Cup. Martin continued the following season, shifting around the spine at fullback and 5/8, combining with both Michael Morgan and Jonathan Thurston. He continued to be a fixture for New Zealand at the international level as his career continued to transcend. Things would all drastically change on the 26th of April 2019 though, as Maire did not feel well before his round 7 clash against the Bulldogs. Maire would explain that during his pre-game warm-ups, he felt like as if his brain was smashing against his head, and it was causing him serious discomfort. This throbbing would continue on the flight back to Townsville, with Martin saying, "It felt like if someone was pressing down on my head." Martin would try to continue through his pain, returning to training the following week, but the pain would not subside, forcing him to get scans. The news was not good, as he would find out that he had a bleed on the brain. Not understanding the severity of the issue, Martin thought he would be able to return to action in a few days or weeks. He was told he would most likely be out for a few months, at the very least until he was cleared for contact. Doctors and specialists were unable to pinpoint where Martin had sustained this brain bleed, with it determined that it had come from a build-up of head knocks over his career. With what was predicted at first to be just a few months out, ended up being till the end of the season. Martin spent the following few weeks confined to his house as he was extremely sensitive to light and experienced vertigo. Martin would see his contract expire over the off-season, but was able to continue non-contact training with the club in hopes the brain bleed would heal. With the severity of his injury incredibly serious, where further damage could lead to disablement or fatality, and the fact that he could not be cleared for contact training, at just 24, Martin would make the decision to retire on the 12th of January 2020. Things changed quickly for Martin as he would return to New Zealand, picking up a job shifting sand in a bulldozer for the next year. It was a drastic contrast to life as an NRL star, and Martin would have trouble transitioning. At one point, Maire believed that he may not be able to play rugby league again, and it seemed that the once NRL wonder kid may be right. He would keep positive though and treated the retirement as almost a gap year, as he often went fishing or surfing with hopes that his brain injury would heal. Maire explained that his competitive side wanted to keep going, and it felt weird not playing. With his brain injury continuing to heal, Martin slowly worked his way back into contact sport, featuring for Otorohanga 7 months from his NRL retirement in a local rugby union competition. He played well over in New Zealand, using the experience to get himself both mentally and physically reconnected to contact sports. He kept chipping away to try and return to where he once was, and he remained hopeful for a return. During 2021, Martin would transition back to rugby league, playing for his hometown team, the Taharoa Steelers, in a local Waikato Rugby League competition. Martin would go without adverse symptoms from his brain bleed as it continued to heal well. It would almost be 2 years later in early December of 2021 where Maire Martin would pass his final medical clearance, allowing for a return back to the NRL, which at one point seemed incredibly unlikely. Martin would return to Australia to reignite his aspirations of playing in the NRL, and it would not be long until he was receiving interest. By late December 2021, Martin was offered a train and trial deal with the Brisbane Broncos, and he would impress. He excelled so much during his first impressions with the club, he would be signed to a permanent deal on a development contract. Broncos head of football Ben Ikin was quoted saying, "It's great to see Maire back in an NRL system. Prior to his brain injury, he was one hell of a player, hugely skillful and a very dangerous ball runner." In what really is a truly inspiring turn of events, Martin will return with the Brisbane Broncos affiliate, the Wynnum Manly Seagulls, in the Queensland Cup as he will push towards trying to partner with new Broncos star Adam Reynolds in the halves. It will most likely take some time for Martin to get his legs back under him, but over this upcoming 2020 season, it's going to be truly exciting to see how Maire Martin returns to the NRL. So that is all for this video, just a recap on Maire Martin's rollercoaster career so far. If you enjoyed this video, press the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more NRL content. And as always, a big thank you for your continued support.